Pleasant evening to you all. In today's summary, passengers on Emirates flight EK708 from Dubai, which was forced to divert to Madagascar on both Monday and Tuesday due to unfavorable weather conditions, have finally arrived in Seychelles. The flight touched down at around 11 p.m. last night. The aircraft was initially unable to land on Monday because of poor weather and was diverted to Antananarivo, Madagascar. A second attempt to return to Seychelles on Tuesday was also unsuccessful, forcing the aircraft to divert to Madagascar once again. Some passengers who spoke to SBC said they were frightened, particularly after the second failed landing attempt. Others expressed frustration over the repeated diversions and the lengthy ordeal, which stretched over 3 days before they finally reached their destination. A former officer of the Police Tactical Response Unit of Potru told the Civil Construction Company Limited CCL Explosion Inquiry Commission today that he was unable to train fellow officers in explosives handling despite receiving specialized training overseas. Retired Superintendent James Matobe said he received explosives training in the United States in 2009 as well as in Seychelles and La Réunion. However, he told the Commission that the police lacked both explosives and the license required to obtain them for training purposes. The Commission also heard evidence from Corporal Christopher Tony Aglaé, who outlined the procedures for the storage, transportation, use, and return of explosives. Commission members also questioned witnesses about the access to the explosive storage containers, including how many keys were in circulation and who had access to those keys. The inquiry is scheduled to continue tomorrow. The Seychelles Maritime Academy, SMA, was the first entity to appear before the Finance and Public Accounts Committee in the National Assembly this morning. The session was conducted in English as the Academy's director does not speak Creole. Committee members sought clarification on delays in banking funds, the Academy's fixed assets, and money held in a suspense account. According to the Auditor General's report, the suspense account contained 2.1 million rupees in 2023 and 3.56 million rupees in 2024, despite the absence of a formal framework governing its operation. The Fisheries Department also appeared before the committee. Members questioned officials over concerns raised by the Auditor General regarding the implementation of the government's agreement with the Colombo International Nautical Engineering College, CNEC. Athletes, coaches, and officials gathered with pride at State House this morning for the departure ceremony of the Seychelles delegation heading to the 2026 Commonwealth Games in Glasgow, in Scotland. And the highlight of the ceremony was the presentation of the Seychelles flag by President Dr. Patrick Emini to sprinter Natasha Shetty. This will be the second time that Natasha will carry the Seychelles flag at the Commonwealth Games. For the first time in the history of the competition, all participating countries will have the honor of carrying the King's Baton Relay as it passes through their territory. Adam Mosheri will represent Seychelles during this historic moment. A total of 18 athletes will represent Seychelles in 4 sporting disciplines: judo, athletics, boxing, and swimming. And during the ceremony at State House, President Emini encouraged the athletes to bring their best and strive to win medals for Seychelles. The 2026 Commonwealth Games will take place from the 23rd of August to the 2nd of September in Glasgow in Scotland. The role of the Catholic Church in Seychelles and its future initiatives were among the key issues discussed this morning during a meeting between the outgoing Vatican ambassador to Seychelles, Mauritius, and Madagascar, Bishop Thomas Grissa, and President Patrick Emini. The discussions took place during a farewell courtesy visit at State House. Also attending the meeting was the Minister for Foreign Affairs and the Diaspora, Danny Barry. For Bishop Grissa, a Polish Vatican diplomat, was accredited to Seychelles on the 1st of March 2023.
The conversation was about the 3 years and a half of my tenure as Apostolic Nuncio to the Seychelles here. A very fruitful conversation because we had many points in common, especially the role of the Catholic Church in the education and the rehabilitation of the drug addicts. We have also spoken about the Farm of Hope, the Farm de l'Espoir, which we know, of course, it was inaugurated last year, and about future projects. The future project is, of course, to continue to instill Christian values in the society and also to eventually give more contribution, more help in all the actions against drug addiction. This is what we have spoken about.
So maybe during your visit, how do you find our Christian values that you are talking about?
Oh, I found it very solid. Of course, there are many people who live their faith joyously with a big personal commitment. There are some others who are more superficial, but there's still a very good basis for the society to build upon. And especially the role of the Seychelles women who transmit their faith to their children and grandchildren. I think it's a very good basis for the Church for the formation, for the continuation of building a Christian society.
From the end of this month, the Seychelles public will have the opportunity to experience a unique exhibition at the National Gallery. The exhibition, presented by the Bolshoi Theatre, will be on display for 1 month, entitled The Bolshoi Theatre Through Time. The exhibition is touring Africa, with Seychelles becoming the first African country to host it as part of the celebrations marking the theatre's 250th anniversary. This morning, the Russian ambassador to Seychelles, Artyom Kozin, the Minister for Culture and Tourism, Amanda Burstein, and members of their respective delegations attended a soft opening of the exhibition. The exhibition has been described as an important milestone in implementing the Memorandum of Understanding on Culture Cooperation recently signed between the Ministry of Culture and Tourism of Seychelles and the Ministry of Culture of the Russian Federation. Ambassador Kozin said the exhibition is a vivid example of a culture being kept alive and shared across borders.
Lots of anniversaries. Well, first of all, the 50th anniversary, the Golden Jubilee of Seychelles independence, 50 years of diplomatic ties between Russia and Seychelles, and of course 250 years of the Bolshoi Theatre, which is a gem in the global culture. I really hope that the audience will enjoy the exhibition, and it's very important to have more events of this kind because it is culture that is bridging the nations. I think those who will come to see the exhibition will have a better understanding of Russia, of Russia's culture. And yes, I think, and I'm absolutely sure that people will enjoy it.
I think culture is so immensely important and enriching when we're exposing our young people and our populations to the richness that the arts and the creative industry can bring to them. And so having an exhibition like this that is so unique, and as has already been mentioned, is the first time an exhibition like this comes to Africa, and they're starting in Seychelles, for our small population to get a glimpse of the kind of legacy that culture can help carry forward. I think it's a unique and really remarkable opportunity, and I hope our community will enjoy that sense of richness that this exhibition brings forward, especially our young dancers and people who love the arts. We're a young nation, celebrating our Golden Jubilee, yes, but as a young nation, we have legacies that we learn from, that we grow from and enrich our own cultural journeys from. And seeing this kind of legacy of dance and storytelling is a wonderful, unique opportunity. I was very honored to be able to visit the Bolshoi Theatre when we were there in April, and it touches you. It's a very moving commitment to storytelling.
And with this, we end this summary. Thanks for watching. Good evening.